Hi, everybody. My name is Jamille Hawkins, and I am the DeKalb County Family Consumer Sciences Agent with University of Georgia Extension. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about stress less, living more. It is the holiday season, and I know that everybody is going through it, especially, just it being 2020. And so we're going to talk a little bit about stress less, live more. So some of the objectives that we have for this class is understanding stress, learning the causes of stress, identifying symptoms of stress, and learning skills of how to handle stress. So fact or fiction, I want you to think about this in your head. You don't have to say it out loud if you're, by yourself. But fact or fiction that stress is always bad. Is stress always bad? Is that true? Is that false? So that is fiction. Stress can actually help us function. Some stress is essential in our lives, but without it, we might not feel as motivated. So it is our control of stress that determines whether or not it is harmful or not. So if you are in control of your stress, you know exactly what's stressing you out, then it won't be as harmful. But if you don't know what's happening and you're just, running around and you don't know why you're so stressed out, it can end up being harmful for your health. And so if we are in control of our stress, any stressful situation will be seen as a challenge instead of something that is just ruining our day. So fact or fiction, another one, thinking in your head, or, if you're with other people, you all can discuss it, but stress prevents good performance. Does stress prevent good performance? That's another fiction or false. So a little stress can actually help improve our performance. Mild to moderate stress enhances functioning like sports, music, or preparing for a presentation like this one. So another one, fact or fiction, only tragedies cause stress. Think about it in your head. Fact or fiction? Fiction. So what many would consider to be a positive event can be a source of stress, say like graduation, or if you are a high school senior and you're taking the SATs, or you're taking the, any other type of test, starting a new school year. I know a lot of college students had to change their whole mindset of what they thought that college was going to be this year. So even that can be a form of stress as well. So, and then for our adults, it could be starting a new job, moving, getting married, the holiday season. Come on, somebody. So why do we feel like this? I can't relax. I'm too busy. Everything is due at the same times. The bills, the work deadlines, projects, family events. I have to get this turkey on in the oven in enough time before, everybody or your family comes for this holiday season. I'm too busy with this, and that to get things done. And work takes up too much time, but I have to have this job to make some money. So this is, some of the things that we think about every day. And even for children, it could be, I have too much homework, or this class is kind of confusing to me because I'm online and I'm not in front of my teacher, or, I messed up at whatever practice game you have. And so see, these are some of the things that you think about, or you can think about, while that could get you all riled up in your mind, thinking about your different stresses. So if you answered yes, you may be experiencing stress. If you thought to yourself, wow, that's something I thought 20 minutes ago before I jumped on and watched this video, then yes, you might be stressed. So we have a check your stress activity, which I will be giving. If you would like this stress activity, you can email me at Jamille, JAMILLE, Hawkins, HAWKINS, at uga.edu, and I will send you the stress activity that you can look at and see how much stress that you have in your life. I know that it's like a point system, so you'll check it off, and then if you count up to however many points, then it might, your stress level might be way over, you know, what it should be healthy for you. And then some people might be, you know, not as stressed, but it's still, you know, stress is stress. So what exactly is stress? So stress is a physical and emotional or mental response to change or demand. From a situation, thought making you feel stressed, frustrated, nervous, anxious, angry. You know, stress can make you feel a lot of things. And, you know, you might think that you're stressed out and you just become super angry. And that could be one of the ways that you are showing that you are stressed. Can be a good thing or it can be harmful. So the types of stress is eustress is good stress, like getting into college, getting engaged, winning the lottery. Yay, it's good stressors. So then there's also distress, which is a bad stress or a stress from bad sources. So that could be a difficult work environment. You know, you're not quite used to working from home, or you may have, you know, lost your job during this season. You know, it just stress from bad sources, overwhelming sights and sounds. Some people can get overwhelmed by, you know, you go to an amusement park or something and it's just everything is hitting you all at once and it's just too much. And then a threat of personal injury could be a stress from a bad source. Next is hypostress, which is lack of stimulation. So you could be bored, restless, caused with having nothing to do with your time. I know a lot of people being home all the time now, they, you know, are trying to fill their time with something. And so that lack of stimulation of, you know, not being able to do your day-to-day could cause type of stress. And so you're at work, but there's nothing to do and it's making you feel stressed. I know a lot of time if you're at home and you're kind of thinking, I'm sitting down, what? There must be something I have to do. There has to be something that I must be forgetting something. It must be something that's going on and I forgot to do. That's stress. So not being able to just enjoy your time sitting down and feel like you have to be constantly doing something could be a type of stress as well. So understanding stress. Stress can be short-term, which is called acute stress, episodic, which, you know, happens periodically, or long-term, which is considered chronic. So acute stress is a reaction to an immediate threat, either real or perceived. Episodic stress stems from chronic disorders, disorganization, chaos, and crisis. So, you know, it could be the holiday season, which is an episodic stress. You know, it happens every year, but are you really ready for it? And then chronic stress. It involves situations that aren't short-lived, like you might have relationship issues, workplace pressures, financial or health worries. Those can cause chronic stress. It's happening all the time. You know, you can't catch a break. That's that kind of stress, chronic stress. So what is wrong with stress? You know, we talked about how not all stress is bad stress, but, you know, when the stress is bad, what is wrong with it? So the problem with stress is that 1 in 5 Americans experience extreme stress. And so that means that 46% of adults report lying awake at night due to the stress in the past month. So that is you know, you can't go to sleep. That's just, you're laying there and you're thinking about what I have to do for today, what I had to do yesterday that I didn't get done, what do I need to be doing for next week because that's coming up. That is, you know, you lying awake at night. 3 out of 4 doctor's visits are stress related. 60% of adults suffer negative health effects from stress. 42% of Americans miss 30 plus days from work because of stress, anxiety, or a related stress disorder. If you hear a leaf blower in the back, I am working from home. I apologize about the loud noises. You know, work-related stresses. You're trying to record a class and there's leaf blowers in the back. What can you do? And 300 billion spent annually by employers in stress-related healthcare and missed work. So that is the problem with stress. Those are the things that people have been seeing or doctors have seen about stress. Burnout. Oh, we have heard it before. And let's talk about it. So the top causes of stress in America, the highest, over 70%, almost 80%, is money. Then the next at 70% is work. Then it's the economy, relationships, family responsibilities, family health problems, personal health, job stability, housing costs, and then personal safety. So, we look at this and how many people kind of was like, oh man, that's me. Wow, money, work, economy, relationships, family responsibilities. Oh, I feel it. You feel it in your head. You start getting that tight feeling in your forehead. Yep, that's it. So different stages of stress, because it doesn't just happen all at once. It usually comes in stages. So stage one is the alarm reaction. It's the fight or flight response that causes you to be ready for physical activity. However, it decreases the effectiveness of the immune system, which makes you more susceptible to illness. So if you find that you're chronically stressed all the time, and you find that you're always sick, you always have the sniffles, you always have a cough or a headache or something, that is a part of your alarm reaction, your stage one. Next is your stage two, the stage of adaptation. So if your stress continues, the body adapts to the stressors it is being exposed to. So that just means that if the stressor, is starvation, the person experiences a reduced desire for physical activity to conserve energy, and the absorption of nutrients from any food intake is maximized. So that just means that if you are somebody that deals with not having enough food to eat, then your body just kind of already shuts down and it wants to conserve energy. You don't want to be as physically active. And then every time you do eat, your body tries to get all the nutrients it can at that one time, because it doesn't know when you're next going to eat again. And so that's kind of, the same way that could happen in another situation where, you're always stressed out about work. You always have a project. Is there always something that's going on at work? And so your body just kind of gets used to that stress, and you're kind of always on 10 all the time. And so that's your body adapting to that stress. The next stages of stress is, or stage 3 of stress is exhaustion. I know we feel it. So when stress persists for a long time, the body's resistance may be reduced or collapse quickly. So that people who experience long-term stress may have heart attacks, severe infections, or chronic pain or illness. So that's just your body saying like, wow, I'm done. It's time to sit down. And then you get sick, or you're always sick, or you're always in pain. And then you're just like, why do I feel like this? It's the stress. It's that chronic stress. So here's some of the physical signs of stress: frequent illness, physical exhaustion, aches and pains, insomnia, changes in appetite. You can either gain weight really easily. You think, you just eat one chip and then you have gained however much weight you have gained, or your changes in appetite and you lose weight. Nausea, dizziness, diarrhea, constipation. You might have some sexual difficulties, and that's just some of the ways that your body is telling you that I am stressed. Okay, I know you hear me. Like, I hear me. I know you hear me. Your brain, do you get this? Then there's also some emotional signs of stress as well. So it's not just your body; it's also your emotions, your mental space. You could be feeling depression, or have or be diagnosed with depression. General unhappiness, sadness. You don't enjoy anything day-to-day life. The hobbies that you once had don't interest you anymore. That could be signs of depression. Anxiety and agitation. So that could lead to moodiness, irritability, anger. You could start feeling insecure due to stress, and then you have feelings of worthlessness as well. So all this kind of ties into the bad side of stress. And so sometimes people you know, you have been diagnosed with depression and you don't know how you got there. And that could be the stress in your life, the different stresses in your life that you kind of just went through the stages of, you know, of stress, and you just, here it is. There's also some behavioral signs of stress as well. So like we said, there's physical, there's mental, and there's also the behaviors. So these are things that you need to look out for with yourself, within your family, your children, your parents, you know, any type of person, because everybody goes through stress as well. So some behavioral signs of stress is withdrawal from others, socially or work-wise. And I know it's real easy now to withdraw socially because we are trying to distance ourselves from other people, and so that could be causing signs of stress. So, you know, check on your friends and family if you do see them withdrawing socially. Eating more or less, sleeping too much or too little. If there's no sweet spot, you feel tired all the time, or or you sleep entirely too much and you're still feeling tired all the time. Procrastinating, neglecting responsibilities, and then using substances to relax, like alcohol, cigarettes, or drugs. And then you pick up nervous habits like pacing as well. So then there's mental signs of stress too. So like we said, stress, it affects our mind, our body, our, you know, our emotions. And then also it shows up with memory issues or poor concentration. You start having poor judgment. You might be anxious or have racing thoughts, and you might be worrying all the time too. So that's something that could easily happen, and that could point to your signs of stress. So how can you handle stress? How you handle stress can mean the difference between being happy and productive or frustrated and anxious. So the tools that you use to manage your stress could be the difference between, you know, being productive or being not productive. So you manage your stress by making time for you. Hashtag self-care. That's something that has been very popular these days because stress is so easy to have. But it is something that you kind of want to do because, you know, in the long run, stress will, you know, chip away at your health. It will chip away at your mental health. It will chip away at everything. And before you know it, you're like, how did I get here? And, you know, don't ignore the signs. So here are a couple tips that will help you take care of you so that you can manage your stress. So tip number one of taking care of yourself is to eat healthy and a well-balanced meals. So that might look different for everybody. Some people think that well-balanced meals are organic, fresh fruits and vegetables. But if you don't have access to that, then also eating canned vegetables and canned fruits or frozen fruits and vegetables are just as healthy as eating the fresh ones as well. So it depends on what your access is. It depends on, you know, how much money that you have to spend. But well-balanced meals don't have to be one thing or other. It could be whatever fits you best. Exercising regularly. I know now that daylight savings time has ended. It starts getting dark at 4:30, 5 o'clock. And so you can't wait till after work to take that, you know, that stroll around your neighborhood or stroll around your office building. And so getting out during your lunchtime could just, you know, the 5-10 minutes to walk around will more than you not, you know? So getting plenty of rest or plenty of sleep. Sleep times are different for everybody. Some people can function well with 5 hours of sleep. Some people cannot function at all unless they get their 8 hours of sleep. So it all depends on what you and your doctor or your healthcare provider have kind of narrowed down of what sleep fits best for you. Organizing and prioritizing. Sometimes it does take the first 15 minutes of your day or the end of your day, your 15 minutes at the end of the day, to organize and prioritize what you have to do for the day or what you have to do for the next part of your day or for tomorrow. and just that's part of taking care of yourself as well. So eating well, like we were saying, following the My Plate, and that is making half of your plate vegetables and fruits. And so that can be frozen vegetables, that can be canned vegetables, that can be fresh vegetables or fruits. The one thing that you need to look out for with canned or frozen is to not get your vegetables that come in a butter sauce or that already come, you know, halfway prepared and all you have to do is heat it up. Some of those have higher sodium content. And so that's something that you want to look out for. But if you just get the regular old, you know, whatever vegetable you like the most, and you get, if it's canned, you get the low or no sodium added, that will help with your vegetable intake. Making half your grains whole. Protein and dairy should be low fat, and then also drinking plenty of water. So you try to want to reduce or eliminate caffeine from your diet, alcohol, nicotine, and then lowering your salt and sugar intake as well. So for physical activity, that takes your attention away from your stress. So if it's the middle of the day and, you know, it's lunchtime and you already had one crazy morning and you know that your afternoon is going to be just as crazy, you know, taking that time to walk around or getting your mind off of whatever your stressors may be will help. Physical activity also helps to better withstand the effects of stress. So you kind of feel more in control, you have higher self-esteem, you have more energy, and you have a better outlook on life. So you need at least 20 minutes each day, but if you have not exercised or so this is something that you want to start doing, 20 minutes might be too much. So if you want to break that up into 5-minute segments or 10-minute segments or however long you have, just get up and get moving any way that you can. So sleeping well, you try to want to make a schedule. Having a nighttime routine is not just for babies. It's not just for toddlers. It is for adults. It is for older adults. So that is making a routine that is getting your mind to say, okay, it's time to shut it down. Put your phone away. You know, if you like to read before you go to bed, physical books or the books that the book readers that don't have the blue light emitting from it or large amounts of light emitting from it will help as well. So go to bed at the same time each night. Getting up at the same time each morning helps create a routine. On the PowerPoint, it says get at least 7 hours of sleep every night. But like I said before, it's whatever you and your healthcare provider have found works best for you. Because for some people, 7 hours might be too much. And you're waking up and you're tired all the time. So, you know, adjusting that to what fits best for you. Limiting the use of light before bed. So like I said, getting your brain, your mind into the set of it's time to go to bed, it's time to get off social media, it's time to stop looking at whatever your favorite app is and putting it down, and it's time to, you know, get ready to go to bed. It makes it hard to sleep, and electronics like smartphones and computers as well. And then relaxing needs to be part of your daily routine. It doesn't seem as daunting or hard to fit in self-care or relaxing when you kind of make it a part of your routine of going to bed or waking up. Organizing and prioritizing, like I said before, making a to-do list that will help get it all out there. So, you know, if you're the type of person to go to sleep or try to sleep and then you're like, well, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do that, writing it down. So making that to-do list will help keep yourself in control of your time. And then you can also spend as little time at the start of each week making a list as you need to accomplish. It could be at the beginning of the week or it could be at the beginning of the day. whatever helps you best. Setting goals for important things. So that is prioritizing what you have to do for your to-do list, ranking what is the most important. So if there's something that you need to do, like, you know, holiday season, and you have to do this first before you can get anything else done, set that as your importance number one. This, you know, and that will help you keep your goals set as well. Set appointments in a calendar. You know, keeping it all in your head might get jumbled up with other things and dates and reminders and things you have to do. So setting it in an appointment, you can use your, a lot of phones now have the capability to put reminders in, or having a calendar that you can write things into. So setting appointments that way, or if you're, you know, old school and you like having a little small calendar that has your dates on it, writing it down, just make sure it's somewhere. Delegate things. Oh, the control. So, you know, we all have issues delegating things because we want things done the right way, our way, you know. But delegating things to, or lower importance things to other people, will help take your to-do list from 15 to maybe 10. If you could delegate 5 of those things, of the low importance things, to somebody else to help. Saying no, that could be, you know, you might be Zoomed out or, you know, Skyped out for whatever it may be. And you want to see everybody, and, you know, but you're too stressed and you have too many things to do. And, you know, you find yourself on 10 Zoom calls after work, after you just had 10 Zoom calls for work. And so saying no is also a way of organizing and prioritizing yourself, so that you can get things done. Avoid time wasters and procrastination, and then making time for things that are important to you. So if you find that eating together with your family is important to you, making sure that you have that time to sit down and eat meals together, while everybody, you know, everybody during the day is on their computer or doing whatever they have to do for work or school. And so making that time for sitting down and just being together. Tip number 2 is talking to others. So that is finding your support, being able to share your problems or your feelings. That could be your partner, your family, a friend, a counselor, a doctor, a clergy person. Not isolating yourself. So that is taking your mind off of your problems and spending time with your loved ones. Like I said before, you have to prioritize that time, because, you know, if we don't, it'll just get away from us. There's only so many hours in the day. And so you have to take that time to not isolate yourself and spending time with others. Also, a way could be writing in a journal. That will help you get all your thoughts out onto paper, and it's not swirling all in your head. Tip number 3 is avoiding drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol may seem to help with stress. A lot of people think that they can just take their mind off of it. You know, it helps. People think it helps, but over time, you'll just end up creating additional problems, additional health problems, increasing the stress that you already feel. And then if you don't address the reason of why you have turned to drugs and alcohol, it could progress into something more. Tip number 4 is taking a break. If your stress is ongoing, going for a walk or turning off the TV and the news, because that's something that is on 24/7. It doesn't stop. It's always the same thing. It replays, you know, something's always happening on the news. And so if that is a part of one of your stressors, is watching the news and just seeing the world, the way that the world is going, that could be a stressor. And so just turn the television off, and prioritizing, you know, what times you want to watch the news, so that you can still be informed but not overload yourself with the problems of the world. Removing yourself from a situation, and then also recognizing when you need more help. So balancing work and recreation, work-life balance, we've all heard it. Taking time for you, scheduling a break in the day, and sometimes that is your lunchtime, but then sometimes it could be a 15-minute break where you get up from your desk and you just walk around the house, or you walk around your office building and you just kind of have to get away from your desk. You can do a crossword puzzle, walking around the block, singing in your office, or singing in your shower, calling a friend, and then just getting a breath of fresh air. Find some activities that you enjoy. Stress is like making a withdrawal from the energy bank. The more you make deposits to your energy bank with doing activities and hobbies that you enjoy, when the stress makes those withdrawals, it won't seem as bad. Here are some tips for some parents with children that might have or are going through some different stressors. Maintaining a normal routine. Like I said before, a normal routine is not just for children, it can be for the parents as well. Having regular meals, bedtime, and activities that provide stability. You want to talk, listen, and to encourage the expression of your child's thoughts, because, listen to them. They have feelings too, and be open to have them share their feelings with you, and then you also sharing your feelings with them. Also, watch and listen. Changes in behavior could be parts of stress. Reassure them that everything's going to be okay, and then also try to help them connect with others as well. So there are some different relaxation activities that we have. I'm just going to go over them. And if you would like to get those activities from me, you can email me again at Jamille, Jamille, Hawkins, Hawkins, @uga.edu. And so these are some of the relaxation activities, like deep breathing. It brings your heart rate and respiration back to normal. It relaxes muscles and causes a calming effect. And then also you can imagine your other thoughts floating away like a balloon. Progressive muscle relaxation is useful for relaxing your muscles when they feel tight because of emotional stress. I know sometimes I feel my shoulder is up to my ears, and I just sometimes stress will make you feel that way. And so this progressive muscle relaxation will help to provide the most optimal relaxation. It loosens the muscles around. There's a chair technique, a standing technique for different mobility, and then also it the key is tensing a group of muscles, holding in the state of extreme tension for a few seconds, and then relaxing your muscles. So it's, feeling your toes, you crunch your toes up for a couple seconds and then you relax it. And that kind of helps release everything from that different body part. There's also yoga and Pilates or Tai Chi. It helps move the body to release tight muscles, and then also the motions are calming and relaxing. There's also getting massages or massages. It's relaxing. There's different health benefits of it, like it slows the heart rate, it lowers blood pressure, it improves blood circulation, it relaxes your muscles, and then it also helps reduce stress levels. And then laughter, that one's free. So laughing helps helps the body relax. It enhances the immune system, and then it also increases problem solving. Laughter is free. You can, Google jokes that you can tell yourself, that you can tell your family members, and you can help them, the increases problem solving. That part can be like a knock joke or something like that, that even the smallest bit of laughter will help relax your body. And then just a couple reminders as we wrap this up is to remember to take care of yourself by eating well, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, organizing your life, and setting priorities. Talking to others about your problems, avoiding drugs and alcohol, and then take a break and do something that you enjoy. And then you can also use the stress reducing activities as well. Sometimes self-help is not enough, and that's okay. But you should see a professional if you feel overwhelmed by stress, if your stress is severe or long lasting, or if your stress is a result of a traumatic event. There is a stigmatism about seeing professionals about your mental health, and there shouldn't be one. Everybody goes through these stresses, and if you feel like the self-help is not enough, then please seek out a professional. And then here are, the activities that I was talking about before. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I just want to say, I hope that you all got something out of this Stress Less, Live More class. And if you like more classes like this, or if you would like some of the handouts and activities that I have for you all, you can email me at Jamille, JAMILLE, Hawkins, HAWKINS @UGA.edu. There will also be a evaluation at the end of this recording that you can fill out and send back to us. It's digital. You fill it out. It takes maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and that will just let me know how I have been doing. It's anonymous if you want it to be. So let me know how I did. Let me know how I should improve. And so I just want to say thank you. My name is Jamille Hawkins again. I am the Family and Consumer Sciences Agent for DeKalb County with UGA Extension. And this was Stress Less, Live More. And hopefully you all will stress less and live more during this holiday season. Thank you and have a great day.